What up, y'all? It's your boy JB, aka Spoken, and I am here as one of your guests for this Unspoken Truth Sports Aftermath for the Bucs. And we got our special guest. Well, not our special guest, but we got the other host. As I should say, what's up, dog? What they call you?
What up? I mean, because this podcast may get a little mean today, I don't know if I even want to give my name out.
Hey man, well, it's all good. People pay attention to your podcast. They pay attention to both of us every single week. I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it. All right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to the Panthers, and I don't even know what the score was because I didn't watch the damn game.
37-26.
What was it?
37-26.
37-26. Well, just to let y'all know, I did not watch the game. I tuned in for. Well, one, they played in London, so I knew that off rip. I just didn't know what time they was gonna play. So then I went to go, check up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because Brandon hit me up. B-Ham hit me up and told me, "Hey, the Bucs game on," and he didn't even say that. I think the text he said to me was something about. Let me see what that text say.
I said, "Do you still think they gonna make the playoffs?"
Oh, and that's when I went to go check. And then I think they were losing like 27-7 or something like that. And then I didn't even watch the record. I just knew the rest of the game was gonna turn out right.
I mean, honestly,
oh my gosh, Jameis threw for 5 interceptions. Oh my gosh, what?
This was a train wreck from the first play. The first play of the game, Jameis Winston throws an interception. Literally, first play of the game, Jameis throws an interception. He would go on to throw 5 interceptions. Now, granted, 2 of those, so I would give him 3 of the 5 interceptions. One of the interceptions, because our offensive line is damn near a high school football team line, is probably better than the Buccaneers line right now. Jameis was pressured all day. He got sacked 6 times in the first half, and on that 4th interception, his arm was hit as he was throwing. He was throwing to an open receiver, but in his progress of throwing, his arm was hit, so it caused the ball. Of course, when your elbow is hit, any quarterback, that ball is going to land short. So, and then the last interception was that Hail Mary throw at the end towards Mike Evans, and Mike Evans gave up. That's why if you saw that interview yesterday, Mike Evans in the locker room, Mike Evans said he played like shit, which, excuse the language for folks out there. I'm just repeating what Mike Evans said about himself, and he did. I mean, Mike Evans he didn't look like he was interested in playing yesterday. He dropped a dime that Jameis Winston threw for him, a deep ball. People complain that Jameis can't throw the deep ball, but Jameis dropped one perfectly to Mike Evans. He drops it. That should have been a touchdown. Mike Evans stops running. So I don't know what is going on with this team. It just baffles me how they look so compelling when they play the LA Rams. When I say they, I'm grouping the team together because as we've talked about now the 6th week we're talking about this. The defense is terrible. When I say defense, the secondary is the main culprit, but when you don't have a pass rush, and that's also the other thing, and JB, maybe you can help me understand this. The Bucs stop the run. They are the top when it comes to stopping prominent, imminent running backs, but they can't get a pass rush. These are the same D linemen stopping the run, but they can't get a pass rush. I don't understand that. So the Bucs have no pass rush. The secondary is terrible. Again, Vernon Hargreaves does not need to be the number 1 corner. And if you look at, I was talking in a conversation yesterday. Jason Light's time has to be up as a general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm sorry, the Glazers, if you're listening to this, enough is enough. How much longer are you going to make fans go through this? This is about to be, I think the stat yesterday, the 10th season that the Bucs have now went at the halfway point having a losing record.
Man, we did not look like a play. Well, I'm going to tell you, I didn't watch the game, but when I see that our record is 2-4, I'm sitting here looking at it like, man, I think we headed towards that talk of us not going to the playoff this year.
Well, I said 7-9 to the first podcast. I said 7-9. So
yeah, it don't look so well.
7-9.
This don't look so good, man.
thing is, and I'm gonna circle back to Jameis because I have not forgot about him. But my thing is, this is now a second coaching regime, all new coaches, and you see the same issues: dumb mistakes, a terrible secondary, and an offensive line that cannot block. So, if this is the same problem with multiple coaching changes, who does it come down to? It comes down to the person who put this team together, and that is your general manager. He is the one person who has not changed in these multiple coaching changes. And it's just unacceptable. Like, it's unacceptable that a backup quarterback 2 weeks in a row, and again, Teddy Bridgewater is not bad, but Kyle Allen goes undrafted. 2 weeks in a row, you let a backup quarterback shred you to pieces. Yesterday, the Panthers, JB, you gonna laugh, you gonna shout when I tell you this. The Panthers went on a 99-yard scoring drive yesterday.
Damn, all the way from the 1 yard line?
Yards.
All the way from the 1 yard line?
99 yards.
Damn.
That is unacceptable. I'm sorry, like 90, and I'm not talking about Brett Favre was back there or Roger Staubach or Troy Aikman. No, this is Kyle Allen going 99 yards, mainly through the air. I mean, that's pretty much all it was. When you look at the stats for the Panthers, I mean, Christian McCaffrey only had 31 rushing yards, so we stopped the run.
And he ain't all that hot
when
either.
You go back,
his game ain't all that nice to me.
I mean, he's having a good year, but I mean, so when you go to look at, the passing Kyle Allen, 20 of 32, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then you go and look at the defense for the Panthers, and the person you did not want to have a field day had a field day. JB fucking Gerald McCoy had 2.5 sacks.
Oh my goodness, I see it. Okay, I see it.
And I saw one of them. But like you, I was so fed up, I stopped watching. I stopped watching for like 5 minutes, and I ended up turning it back on and watching it. But I was so pissed because, I'm on Central Time, so me waking up to watch that game, I woke up at like 7:45 to watch that game. I could have still been asleep to watch that pissed performance of what happened in London yesterday. So you go over and you look at Jameis.
I'm seeing his numbers.
About it in that 49ers game.
I'm seeing the numbers right here. I see the numbers. Kyle Allen, 20 for 30, 227, 2 touchdowns. And then you got Jameis. He threw for 400 yards, but 1 for 5.
But again, that also comes on the defense. The reason why Jameis has to throw so much. Now, yesterday, the reason why he had to throw so much was because he kept putting the team in bad positions. And we're also going to talk about Bobo Wilson. He needs to be cut in this bye week. He muffled a punt, recovered it. The next drive, Panthers punt again. He fumbles a punt. Panthers take over in the game. You can, that kind of stuff cannot happen. And Bobo Wilson's never been a good punt returner to me. I don't know why he's returning punts, but he literally lays an egg to the Panthers. Panthers recover that punt. So we talk about turnovers. The Bucs had 6 turnovers yesterday. That is not acceptable. Jameis Winston, we had the same conversation in that 49ers game, and as much as I love Jameis Winston, want to root for him and want him to be the quarterback of the future of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even if he's getting put on his butt every play because how terrible this line is, those interceptions cannot happen. Like, it goes down on the stat line as 5 interceptions. 5 interceptions cannot happen, especially in your contract year. And so through 6 games, can you say Jameis Winston deserves to be the face and the quarterback of this franchise? No. Through 6 games, I would not give Jameis Winston another contract.
I would.
No.
I would give him another contract. I would give him another contract, but it wouldn't be a fat. It wouldn't be a fat. It wouldn't be a fat one.
What the Bucs are probably going to do is franchise tag him. Now, I would do that because the thing is, the Bucs have so many holes. It's not like there's a good quarterback coming out this year that you can say, you take your number 1 draft pick on.
I'm keeping Jameis.
Currently, free agents, you don't know of a good free agent quarterback that's going to be available either. So the Bucs are probably going to franchise tag him because they don't have any other choice. But through 6 games, Jameis, again, I'm going to every quarterback that he's played against. Kyle Allen looked 20 times better than him yesterday. Teddy Bridgewater looked better than him yesterday or last week. The only quarterback that didn't look better than him this whole season was Jared Goff.
Man, we are good with Jameis, man. We look, man. We got other places to fix. We got other places to fix than besides. We got other. Look, man. We don't need to make no changes with the quarterback position right now. Let's just focus on the secondary right now, and then we can start pointing the fingers and be more rational about it. We don't need to start talking about.
I'm not saying right now, but you have to. If you with a good GM and a coach.
Man,
Jameis Winston has been in the league for 5 years.
It don't matter, man. I still want
Giants, the Giants come to Tampa. Their rookie quarterback on his first game.
Man, stop bringing that up.
Hold on, let me finish.
Stop bringing that up, man.
Let me finish. Their rookie quarterback, his first game ever as a pro, plays better than your 5-year vet. Teddy Bridgewater, his first time starting for the New Orleans Saints, plays better than your 5-year quarterback. Kyle Allen, not drafted. This is his first year fully taking over only because Cam Newton is hurt. Plays better than your 5-year quarterback. And so my thing is, Jameis, when is it going to come with him? If it hasn't come 5 years, when is it going to come? And again, it's the little stuff, the tangible stuff. And I understand he's been through 2 different systems, multiple head coaches. My stuff is the little stuff, the turnovers. And again, yesterday he had the 5 interceptions. He also fumbled the ball, which the Panthers recovered. So it's the little stuff that he does. And then when you look at and go and listen, I watched most of the post-game press conference from him talking yesterday. You can tell, when you watch the post-game conference yesterday, you can tell he's frustrated with himself because he knows his time is ticking. He knows if you go read every comment now, the fan base has rightfully turned against him. We are all tired of the same stuff. And even watching, and Steve Smith, I feel like was a little biased. Even watching the NFL Network coverage yesterday, both Steve Smith and Willie McGinnis, who were the analysts, they were like, this is the Jameis we expected to show up. So when you have a reputation in the NFL and across the entire league and with former players, and Willie McGinnis is an all-pro Pro Bowl, future Hall of Famer. Michael Irvin was at the game, Hall of Famer. Kurt Warner was broadcasting the game, Hall of Famer. When you have these Hall of Famers who talk about we expect this Jameis, and that's the Jameis that throws 5 interceptions, they expect him to show up, that is not good. That is not, because he's done it consistently. He's had multiple interception games consistently. And so, only thing I'm saying is that the Bucs have to look themselves in the mirror when it comes now. And I'm okay with him giving a franchise tag, of course, but if there are other options that becomes available in this offseason to where you can move on from Jameis Winston, you move on from him. I mean, again, how much more does this, and I'm the biggest Jameis Winston fan. I have been rooting for him through his dumb mistakes at Florida State, through that whole Uber incident last offseason. But at this point, it just comes like, bro, dog, like, I am tired of losing. Like, I am tired, again, going back to 10 years of the Bucs going into a bye week with a record that is not above 500. So, that is my whole Jameis rant. He's just not consistent for me. And then, you are rightfully so. I think the Bucs can get by with Jameis if they had a name in the secondary, a cost Jalen Ramsey. And also I saw another name that got brought up was, which makes sense, going out and trading for Patrick Peterson, grabbing him from the Cardinals, who Bruce Arians used to coach, who Jason Light had in Arizona. The thing is, the Bucs need some help. They need help all around. That offensive line is terrible. Again, granted, 2 offensive linemen were out, did not play yesterday, but even when the starters played, they were terrible. The Bucs defense, we talked about this yesterday as well. Devin White looked out of place. I was not a fan of his pick this year. We talked about that too. We talked about this in the draft when I said I don't know if Devin White at a linebacker spot was who they should have selected, but the Bucs selected it. I was like, okay. He played well at LSU, but he looks terrible yesterday. He has not been that spark. Vita V has not been the spark. So you're looking now, and you go back to Vernon Hargreaves. These are 3 first-round picks, and I'm gonna give Devin White a chance. I mean, this is his 4th game he's played because he was hurt 2 of them. Gonna give him a chance, but you look at your 2 cornerstones as Jason Light picked, what was supposed to be cornerstones, Vernon Hargreaves and Vita V. They have not made a difference at all for this Bucs defense. So my question to you, JB, if you were the GM, and hopefully Jason Light gets fired soon, but if you were Jason Light, what do you do to change this team? And do you think this season, do you think the Bucs can stay this season at 2-4?
No, the Bucs season is over with.
I agree. The Panthers are 4-2.
The Bucs season is over with, bro. The Bucs season is over with. This don't take a rocket scientist no more, bro. The Bucs season is officially over with, bro. It's officially over with, but I still wouldn't touch that offense unless Mike Evans wanted to leave. If Mike Evans wanted to leave and he wanted out some type of way and we had to get rid of him, then I would take Jameis out with him. But other than that, I'll keep the offense. Let's work on this, just strictly this defense, and just let make some little trades with the offensive line or free agency or whatever. But as far as the secondary and the whole defense, just focus on the defense. The defense should be the only priority. We'll figure it out offensively. And I say keep Jameis for like another 2-3 years, even if that requires him losing his spot to somebody else. Let's keep him around. Let's keep it. He's a Tampa Bay player. All right. Regardless of which, he's a Tampa Bay player. He needs to be around the franchise. He just needs to be. Something just tells me if we let this man go, he gonna go to another team like Trent Dilfer did, come back into our stadium when he looked like the fucking worst quarterback to ever play for Tampa Bay, come back in Tampa Bay's Raymond James Stadium with the Ravens or whatever with a tight ass defense, and then play like an all-star god doggone quarterback that'll never be mentioned and that'll never have a yellow coat. We need Jameis Winston, whether he's the first string or the second string.
Trent Dilfer has never threw consistently. Trent Dilfer has never, as far as my memory goes, has never threw 5 interceptions multiple times.
Yes, he has. He has done it before.
Multiple times in the same season?
Man, let's just be real, man. Let's just be real, bro. Jameis is better than Trent Dilfer. Do not tell me second. Well, it's hard to say that now because he's got a damn Super Bowl ring.
But honestly, you can say Jameis has more talent than Brad Johnson. And Brad Johnson took the Bucs and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but they won as veterans. They won as late veterans on the way out the league. Jameis is not on the way out the league right now.
The talent and brain, it doesn't necessarily translate. Jameis makes too many stupid decisions. So
man,
his IQ is...
I'm not going to let you sit here and disrespect Jameis Winston and say that Trent Dilfer is a better quarterback than Jameis at the time, at the same year time.
I'm not saying Trent Dilfer was better than Jameis. I did not say that. But what I said is that Trent Dilfer never made these multiple 5 interceptions.
Man, look, man. Let's just leave Jameis alone right now. Leave him alone. Let's see how he play out the rest of the year. If he messes up the rest of the year, then yeah, I get it. But for right now, he's.
No, because if you look at that game yesterday,
God, you steady trying to point this towards Jameis, man. Hey, man, point this somewhere else.
Yesterday was pointed because every turnover, those 5 turnovers, led to Carolina Panthers points. Every single one, besides the last one because that was the end of the game. But the other 4 led to points. So if you can't have a quarterback throwing 4 or 5 interceptions every game, because especially the Bucs, our defense is terrible. So when they finally get off the field and 2 plays later they got to come back because you've thrown an interception or fumble, like you can't put that on especially the Bucs' young defense. So that's what my thing is, and I know is as you were saying. Again, I mean, of course, it's not all on Jameis. The defense does not put help in their part. Special teams has played terrible. So I think in this bye week, what needs to happen is the Bucs need to go and not sleep. And when I say the Bucs, the front office, and they need to bring an experienced cornerback, safety, somebody in here in that locker room to change the mindset of this secondary. If you go back and watch some highlights, all the corners out of place. Christian McCaffrey, stiff arm. Devin White, so bad yesterday. I still, now it wasn't a Chris Conley stiff. We need help in the secondary. Like, our pass rush is not there, and it just looks like, and that's what I'm saying. We're kind of wrapping this all back up. This is now Todd Bowles, Mike Smith last year. Now, granted, I think this defense plays better under Todd Bowles, but they're still terrible. That tells you one thing, that Jason Light has not put a good team together.
Man, the Bucs trash, man. The Bucs trash, man. It's over.
And you look at, after the bye week, the Bucs go to Tennessee to play the Titans. I mean, Marcus Mariota is no better. He got benched yesterday. So that can rest this whole, the Bucs should have drafted Mariota over Winston debate. Both of them look like they're not having the pro career that everybody expected. So the Bucs go play the Titans. I think that is a game the Bucs can win. You know, every time I say that, they end up losing, because I thought they could have won yesterday. Clearly, they got blown out of the water in London. I think the Bucs can beat the Titans. I'm going to pick the Bucs to beat the Titans. I feel like the embarrassment they had yesterday fuels them to come out and win. I think they go to 3-4 going into a hard game against Seattle.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I predict them winning next week too, but we about to find out what it's all about. Leave Jameis alone right now to focus on this damn defense. I'm talking about going into next year. Jameis knows what he needs to work on. It is what it is. Right, for right now, we got a good offense. Jameis knows what he needs to work on. Mike does too. Yeah, and that's going on until Mike Evans leave. Then it's time to start reconsidering other shit when it comes to offense.
Yeah, I mean, again though, I mean, it's just when you talk about young teams, you talk about a window closing, and just like you said, so Mike Evans leaves, it's like how longer.
It can happen at any moment.
Again, you talking about fans, these players know the team they have. They know the frustrations. They are frustrated. Well, at least they should be frustrated. They should be angry. They should want to play better. And so, again, I just go back to, and this is going to be the last thing I say, attention to the Glazer family. How much longer as Bucs fans do we have to suffer? It's been a decade. It's been since 2002 since we could say our team is the best in the world. How much longer do we have to wait to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are back in the playoffs?
Hey, y'all heard him, man. That would be Ham on the mic, giving y'all that raw game and stuff. Like I told y'all, I didn't watch the game this week. Once I saw that it was 27-7 or whatever it was, they lost my interest. Y'all can hear it in my voice. It's still gonna be go Bucs, but
Jake, I want to pause you right there. That goes to what I just said. Attention to Glazer family. Do you not think that's a problem though? Like
what?
You're the only one who stopped watching. That is a problem.
Yeah, I stopped watching. I didn't even watch the past 5 minutes.
Like that is not like the Glazers, like, they should be. If you stop watching, how are they going to sell ticket sales? How are you going to fill up Raymond James Stadium? Remember, just a couple years ago, the games were blacked out because nobody wanted to go.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
We couldn't even see the games in Tampa because of the blackout rules. I remember that.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, you know how it goes. Man, the Bucs better start winning, man. Otherwise, they gonna keep on hearing my voice like this. Like, I don't even know if I can make it all the way through the season with this shit. I'm trying to be consistent. They need to give me something to be enthused to make it all the way through with the season, because I can't imagine us losing 12 more or 11 more or whatever, and then, you know, I gotta keep sounding like this every week.
Yep.
So I'm gonna finish out the season, but shoot, they better go ahead and get it together, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, we out of here, man. This Unspoken Truth Sports Podcast. We got your boy JB, aka Spoken, and my dog.
What up, B-Ham?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, look, man, Tampa Bay, man, y'all get y'all stuff together. Our offense rough, our defense tough. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Ain't no other team stopping us. Go Bucs, go Bucs. And the Raymond James, we do our thing every time we score them cannon bang. It's go Bucs, go Bucs. That's just to stay with high spirits. I didn't even believe the shit I was saying.
I was about to say, you don't believe that. But not truly though. Honestly, if any players happen to listen to this or Bucs fans, we truly love the Buccaneers. I know me and JB, we've been Bucs fans all of our life. We've been there from the creamsicle days to the highs of the Bucs shutting down the vet in Philly with Rondé Barber's interception to crying when the Bucs won the Super Bowl in San Diego. Back to this terrible years of Bucs football. So we've seen it all, and we just want the Bucs to be relevant again. That's all.
That's all we ask, man. At least for relevancy. Jesus Christ. I don't even think we not even asking for a championship. We just want relevancy. That's really what it is.
I just want to say the Bucs made the playoffs. Yeah, because we understand championship goals take a lot. Like when the Bucs won the championship in 2002, you knew that team was special. Like you just knew something was special about that team. Now we just want to make at least compete at the end of the season. Even if we don't make the playoffs, at least be there at the end so we can say, you know what? They played a good long season. We saw some turnaround. We saw some improvement. So next year, they should take that next step. That's all. I know we were wrapping this up. It just brought up, just like the Orlando Magic. We both Magic fans. The Magic made the playoffs last season.
Sure did.
They showed consistency. They showed improvement. That's all you want for a franchise to make. When you go through terrible years, just to make that next step of, because that shows the fans that you care. It shows the fans that y'all are making changes, and you're showing that you're getting better. So it is what it is. You know, we'll repeat this next Sunday.
Yes, sir. You already know, man. The Unspoken Truth Podcast, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We out, man. We out.